Hello everyone. Hope you're well. Sorry, had a little mic issue there at the start. Thompson guy here. Good evening, Donna, Anton, Christy. Hope you're all well. How's things? We're back on Erlengrat. Thanks to you who joined the stream earlier on today. We just had a quick first look at it for an hour. Just enjoyed the new map. But now we are going back in and we are playing with seasons. So that's going to be fun. And it's changed slightly. It's different. And we've got no buildings. We've got nothing. We are starting from scratch. We're in farm manager mode. We own nothing. So we've got to build a farm. All the mods are on, Christy. Don't you worry. Good evening, Argsy. How are you, sir? Hope you're well. So here we are. So what do we need first? Well, the first thing we're going to need is a good, healthy amount of money. Let's not skimp here, shall we? We need buildings. We need the works. So let's pop in a few placeables, shall we? Let's find ourselves a nice shed to start with. Do like these little machine sheds, and I think they're quite appropriate for. I don't own the land. Of course I don't. Let's buy some land first, shall we? That would help us. So I think this looks like our little farm here. We'll definitely have that. Let's buy that. Now, what do we think? I'll take some direction from you guys here. Are we going to go grasswork and animals, or should we do a bit of field work down in the valley? I'll take a bit of a steer. Obviously, I'll buy some grass anyway, just because I think that's what this map is about. That's a nice big chunk of grass there. So let's take that as well, shall we? And let's take field 4 as well. There we go. Got a nice batch of land now. Yeah, stream earlier on was really good, Argsy. Had some great fun just checking things out. Got to ride the train. So that was fun. We've got alerts set up now as well. So any new subscribers or any super chats that come in will get your name up in lights on the screen, hopefully. Right. So now we've got our land purchased. We should be able to place a shed or two. There we go. Nice machine shed. Bosh. What else do we need to start off with? Timbered barn, some more machine sheds. Oh, there's many machine sheds here. Don't want any of those. Let's we better have a charging station. The reason being, we're definitely going to buy an electric tractor. What else have we got here that we think we might need? Def pumps and hydrous tanks. I don't think we need any of that tonight. Water pump. A little repair point, and we'll worry about that later on. Vehicle workshop, probably don't need anything like that at the moment. You know what would be quite nice though? Those harvest stores they won't take grass, will they? Silage silo though, that could be quite good fun. Right. It's not particularly European, I get that. But, well, I suppose it is. I've seen these before. Harvest stores. There you go. That's actually a mess. What the heck's happened there? Let's just have a look at that. Right, we're going to have to do a bit of landscaping now. Because of that. Bear with us. Sculpting, let's go big. Right. I'm going to delete that. That's not a good start, is it? Sell that. Back. Now it's going to leave a horrible, unsightly mess on my map as well. So let's see if we can repair that. Yeah, we can. Good. Smooth it off a bit as well. Let's try that again. I do want to have them. I do quite fancy having them somewhere. So if we can make it work, that would be good. Let's come out. Try and buy those again. Hopefully. No, it's putting them down in a bit of a well there, but hopefully now we can flatten that out, make it a bit smoother. There's a bit of a dip down there, but we've not got a hard edge. We don't want a hard edge to confuse things, so let's just flatten that out. It's going to be a bit of a ridge there, but we'll make that work. No worries at all, Argsy. Appreciate you stopping by to say hello, mate. Hope you're going to have a good day. Lucky for you, it's already Saturday, I'm guessing, is it? No, Friday. Getting ahead of himself. Okay. I think we're going to paint a few things, shall we? It's looking a bit scruffy here. There we go. Give it some nice this neat painted area. Don't want it to look scruffy. Brand new farm. There we go. I think that'll do for now. Get rid of some of those neat edges. When was the last time you saw a farm with neat edges? Maybe in Switzerland. Okay. Evening Cole, how you doing? Evening Sim, hope you're well. Take care, Ogsy. Thanks for dropping by, my friend. Right, that little slope is manageable now, I think, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so we're definitely going to use new equipment. We're definitely going to use equipment from the new, definitely the electric tractor. I think that's a must, isn't it? And I'm going to change the colour of them. Quite like them in blue. So we'll buy him. I also think we'll buy the bigger one, even though that's fuel powered. We'll look in yellow, not JCB yellow though. That's not right, is it? Okay, I think that colour is good. So we'll do that. And first things first, I think we really need to get some of this grass off the slopes. That's our start of a 10, isn't it? So I would probably need a loading wagon. Now there's the new Pottinger one. Only takes 1600 litres though. There's a slightly bigger one that takes 20,000 litres. Oh, there's this big unit as well. 26,000. Needs 130 horsepower to run it, so that could run off our big tractor, couldn't it? I think, let me just check the big tractor again. The big small tractor. Was it 130 it needed? That's got 150. So we should be alright with that. Lintrack's a bit smaller. And I do want one of these. I think these are cracking little... this is going to be our main mowing machine, I think. Again, we'll give it a different colour just to change things up a bit. Wheeled setup, wide tyres. Twins, look at those. I think we'll definitely go for wide tyres, won't we? Always got to go for wide tyres when we can. Okay. And we need a mower. And we need a tedder. So there's a little new Pottinger mower. There we go. There's 3.1 meters, 2.6, 2.4. We better go for the 3.1, hadn't we? I'm interested to see if the Novadisk has got... That's 8.1 as well. That's 90 horsepower. And this is 60 horsepower. So 150 horsepower there as well. $150. What was our small tractor? 150, and that was... It's only 110. Should have put a bigger engine in that. 109. Oh no, we bought this one, didn't we? 150. Can't remember which one I bought now. Let's just check. 110, right. Let's buy the big boy as well. Right, he's our mower guy. Let's go and get our mowers now. It's this one. And it's this one. Right. Should have thought about setting some of this up before I started, shouldn't I? Okay. Somebody's been spending money. Right, let's... Oh, they're rear wheel steer as well, that's quite cool. Let's hook this up then. And we'll whip up to the field with us. And we will cut some grass. And then we'll head back and pick up the other stuff as and when we need it. Evening, Jessica, how are you doing? Hope you're well. I don't know if it's evening where you are, but it's evening where I am. Just realised, being spring, don't know what the grass is going to be like. Soon find out. Might not be ready to cut yet. Might have just done all of this stuff for nothing. Tell you, these rear wheel steer tractors, they turn on a dime. It's great. So impressed with this map. I've just notched a sign over. Not paying attention where I'm going. So impressed with this map. It's brilliant. Look, all the trees, no leaves on the trees as well. It's great. So the grass is looking decidedly short. Is it even ready for harvesting yet? I don't think it is. I should have probably thought about that before I went and... Needs ploughing and needs lime. Okay. So we can't cut grass yet. That's fine. Jason, how you doing? Good morning, sir. Love the fact that you guys are from all over the world. Very cool. Right, let's whip this guy in here. We'll go and get some more stuff. So with that in mind, let's buy ourselves a car so we can just potter around and see what's what. Now, we are in Europe, aren't we? So I should probably buy something slightly European. Let's get the old Land Rover. Full works. That's the law, isn't it? Go green. No, that's not right. Oof, that's ugly. Bit of a black roof on it. I don't like that main colour. Christy, that was a cop car. You're right. That was a British cop car. I'll show it you in a minute. Let me just put some steps on this. There we go. That's the wheels you want, isn't it? Right. Let's buy a Land Rover. Let me show you the cop car very quickly. That's not what we want. You want not that one. You go. Like that. Quite good, that, isn't it? Actually drives really well as well. So if you go into the last night's stream, I've put a link to all of my mods there, so you can go and get it if you want. It's in there. Right. Let's go and jump in our Land Rover. And we'll go and have a check out of our field. The only field we own. So we'll go and check it out. See what we need to do to it. Probably needs a little bit of ploughing. That's a bit glitchy, isn't it? It's happened before as well. There's the odd stutter in the frame rate. Not entirely sure why. Right, we bought Field 4, didn't we? So we're going to head along here. Have a look at Field 4. I do believe it's this first one here. So what is on it? What's been planted and how do I get into it? So many questions, so little time. It looks like cotton that's been harvested. 33% fertilised. So with that in mind, we can, I think, go and get a little plough and work on that. Looks like a first job for us. We'll park this up at the farm. So have you guys had a chance to play with this at all yet? How are you all finding it? Gotta say, so far, it's put a big smile on my face for sure. Right, let's get ourselves a little plough, and we know there is a little one in the pottinger. I mean, that's a 1.2 meter plough. That's tiny. We do something bigger than that, ideally. But do you know what? It's Alpine Farming Pack, so let's get it. It looks lovely as well. Detailing on it's fab. Yeah, I'm loving this new equipment, Jessica. Really nice. I agree. I think, yes, it is definitely animals. Alpine cows for sure. 85 horsepower. on that plough, which means our second big tractor should run it, yes. A 75, so let's go and get that. Not our electric one, this one. This one should run our plough with no hassle. They're interesting little tractors, these, aren't they? Obviously designed for the area and the steep hills. Should I be putting a weight on the front of this? I probably should, shouldn't I? But it seems to be handling it alright. Let's see what it's like inside cab view for these. Well, they're quite basic, aren't they? Not a lot of digital readouts and stuff like that. So I'll actually go back to putting a video out tomorrow. I know it's been a few days. Tuesday was my last video and it's going to be Friday tomorrow. Never think I've been that long. Yep, so we'll pop... we've got a Northern Coast video coming out tomorrow. So back to a British map for a little bit. And we've got a tutorial coming out over the weekend on Courseplay. So hopefully that's helpful for some of you guys. And I'll probably do a little bit of Farmersburg over the weekend. Maybe a live stream, maybe a video. We'll see. See how we feel. But lots going on. I think there's something really fun about the farm sim community at the moment. It's so busy. So many big things coming out. And did you see the Millennial Farmer map was in testing today for Giants? So that's a little positive as well. That might be on its way back very soon. Right. I feel I missed a trick with this, not putting GPS on it. But let's plough this up. Let's see how we get on doing a bit of ploughing with this. Already made a hash of it. Do I need to turn this? Can you turn this plough? B. Never know which is the right way to do this. Right. Let's start back here. There we go. I think that's right. He's moving at pace though. It's got a good little bit of grunt, this tractor. It's actually a bigger field than I thought it was. But at the moment we've got not a lot else to do. Grass is still growing. That's what I was going to do. Let me just drop into seasons. I'm going to change it to 3-day seasons. There we go, and I'll also switch my Courseplay settings off so I don't upset myself. There we go. I know what you mean, Java Joe. Trying to hold a straight line is killer. I actually quite like this little tractor because it's all-wheel steer. You can actually adjust it a little bit quicker. Have I got my plough the wrong way round as well? I never know which is the right way for a plough, but it is what it is. I think that's right, isn't it? And you're just running your furrow from the last time. Oh well. Seems to be doing the job, so I'll keep doing it. Very easy to get on with the farming with the views like this, isn't it? Look at that. How great is that? Beautiful. This might take us a while, this. Crop destruction on as well, I think, so it's helping me keep things in check. 2 hours, I know, tell me about it. This is it's going to take a while, this. May not stick at this for too long. What I might do is go and fertilise some of my grass, see if I can get a little bit more growth out of it. I mean, actually, if I bought a direct drill, we could get this drilled, couldn't we? Wonder if I do that. Would that be a little bit more practical than ploughing with this tiny 3-furrow plough? Evening, Podrick. This is the new DLC map. This is the new Swiss Alpine DLC map, and let me just show you what we've got around us. These beautiful mountains. Scenery here is absolutely stunning. Sometimes the mountains just disappear. Don't worry about that. Beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Look, can you go up in the cable cars? Has anybody been up with the cable cars yet? Or is that just kind of stuff going on in the background? I know what you mean, Chris. I'm already thinking the same with my little tiny plough. I am going to leave this. Let me look at seasons, actually. What's my planting? Oh, I've got a huge planting season. Right, we're definitely going to put some wheat in. I think that's fair to say. Yeah, we'll definitely put a bit of wheat in here, and we will... wonder if we coarse play it. Wonder if we coarse play it. Let me... Is there anything... There's nothing, is there? In the new pack that is in medium tractor size. Right, I'm going to use my little tracked case because I love this rim colour. Got to be black. Oh, look at that. GPS. Might as well. 185. 240 tuned. No messing. £250,000. Bosh. Done. Take care, Patrick. Thanks for dropping by. Great to see you. See you again soon. And we're going to plant some wheat in our field, I think. And we're going to get a drill that is a direct drill, so we don't have to worry about... cultivating it first. What do you think? The Governland? 260. With the hopper on the front. 6 meters. with a seeder planting consider. Additionally, this machine offers, and that's 12 meter. No, we're not doing that. That's silly. That's silly. Right, here we go. This is what we'll do. This looks nice. Let's have that. And let's have the front hopper as well. You are very nice. I'm going to run you back to the farm. You're not much use to me now, I'm afraid. I'll keep you for creating fields up on the mountainside. That's what I'll do, I think. Oh, very nice, Ryan. Good work, impressive stuff. Evening Fusion, how you doing, sir? Thanks for joining. Hope so well. What have you missed? That these little tractors are cool, but very quickly you realise that they take ages to do stuff. I think Christy was saying before, it's really set up for very small fields and animals rather than big agriculture. So you could have little tiny cornfields. I've got grass. My grass is currently growing, so we're going to let it grow. That's something else I might do actually with a little electric tractor. What's the horsepower on this again? Just remind myself. Could I get away with running a little fertilizer spreader with that? Let me have a look. So there's our 68 horsepower. So I do believe, if I've got it here, fertilizer technology, 68 horsepower. Interestingly, there's no horsepower requirement for that I can see, so that could be quite a nice little idea. That fly just flew. Did you hear that? Right. For the sake of speed, I'm just going to fill this up. Away now, guys. Let's run this up to the farm. I might get him to fertilise the I have fusion. I've been for a ride on the train earlier on. In our last stream earlier on in the day. It's quite cool, actually. Love the fact the train goes to Felsbrunn. And if you've got grain on it, if you've loaded it up with grain, it takes it to Felsbrunn and sells it for you. So, yeah, I think that's quite cool. So our little electric tractor here. This little whirring up the hill. Yeah, the depot sounds are great, aren't they? And actually the main station as well. It reads out the announcements as you arrive. That's very cool. It really is. It's tiny, isn't it? I like it. One of those kind of tractors that puts a smile on your face. Right, 0% fertilizer in this. It needs ploughing, it needs lime. For now, we're going to just do this with it. So what do we own here? I'm going to fertilize this over here. So let's head up and fertilize this massive section that we own. Now let's do this bit first. I'm interested to see what Courseplay is going to do here, because we've got farmyard and grass field. So let's see how Courseplay handles this. Horse generation. So this is where we are. That's interesting. It's not recognising. Field 4. It's not recognising the grassy areas of the map as fields. That is interesting. So we would have to mark it out if we wanted to make it work. We can do that. Calculate current field's edge path. See what this does if I click this. Is he going to be able to work it out? No, doesn't look like it is. Forced generation. Start course recording. Now I could record an entire course here. I'm not going to bother. Okay, that's not going to work, is it? I think we're just going to have to fertilise this. Let's turn the course play off, shall we? That's no use to us. Bye. Let's just spread some fertiliser. Get our fields nice and ready for the spring. Our little electric tractor. It's quite a big border there. If that's anything to go by, that's the border of the field there, isn't it? And this space along here is not. There we go. Mountains in the background. How can you get tired of that view? Fantastic. Fertilise our grass, get it into a good shape. Hopefully we'll get a good crop off it. Put it into our silo. I'm disappointed it's not already, to be honest. Now, it doesn't feel out of place now, does it? It looks like a tiny tractor, but actually when you look at this space, it doesn't feel crazily out of place, does it? Loads of logging on this map as well. Might have to do some logging in the winter. There'll not much else to do, I guess, when everything's covered in snow. Does everybody else like logging? I discovered it. Quite difficult to get your head around to start with. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty good. It's pretty good fun. There we go. Clearly a field edge here. It's infuriating. And the machinery's kind of, I don't know, not particularly intuitive to handle until you've used it a bit. But ultimately it's actually quite good fun. I used to despise it, but I quite enjoy it now. So there's clearly a field outline here, isn't there? Just looking at where the spread is leaving a mark. Evening, Rusty. How are you doing, sir? Did you, Java Joe? Yeah, I can imagine that made a huge difference. I've got the side panel, and yeah, that's kind of changed my view on logging for sure, on forestry. Because up until then it was pretty tedious. Yeah, I think you're right, Christy. Definitely Need to utilise the summer months to get some good quantities of straw and hay and grass in, for sure. Evening Pro, how are you? Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you're well. I love that little fly noise that comes in every now and again. I'm doing well, Rusty, actually. Luckily enough, we're not damp up here in Scotland tonight. It's a nice dry evening, but I can absolutely confirm after just coming in from outside, it's cold. But then again, it's Scotland. It's always cold. Okay, we fertilised this. Get this bottom bit done. It's so quiet, this tractor, isn't it? So quiet. Love it. There we go. And then we'll go back and get our drill. And drill that field 4 quickly. Also stick a GPS on that. I think I did put GPS on that tractor, didn't I? On that bigger case. Ooh, am I going to be able to get all this? I'm just going to leave a bit. What do we reckon? No. We're going to run out of space. Ah, so close. Oh well. Love this little electric tractor. I'm sold. Oh, nice, Rusty. I'm Edinburgh based, actually. I know Suffolk. Helmingham in Suffolk, know that? Let's pop the tractor away. Honestly, look at it. It's tiny. It's tiny. I'd love to put this next to like a 9 RT or something. Christy, you are not wrong. You are not wrong. It's a proper party weekend when Ireland plays Scotland. No question. Cheap to charge. That's interesting, Java Joe. Do you think it's a lot cheaper than refueling? I'll have to try it. I'll have to run it down, won't I, at some point, and then we can see what it's like after that. Right. There we go, pipes connected up. Now I should be able to fold it. Can I fold this? Yes, I knew I could. Just to get it down the road. $1 to charge. I like that. Right, I did put GPS on this tractor. Good. This is a bit more like it. I'll get through that field 4 pretty quick, won't it? It's got wheat in it as well, so that's good. Get some straw off that later in the year. train's quite inconspicuous, isn't it? There, it's running over the bridge there. This is lovely, this map. So impressed with it. The Giants have done a phenomenal job. Seems to be pretty well tested as well. I'm not hearing of any bugs of any sort as well, so they've really crafted it and got it into a really good place before they've released it, which is nice to see these days. In a world where so many games get released as buggy as anything and it takes ages for them to patch them and sort them. Right. Is that not right? Should I not be driving on the right? Yeah, it's Europe. Drew. I think that's right on the... Drive on the left in the UK. But definitely drive on the right in Europe. Right. Show lines, auto width, no offset. Field 4, so things are looking good, I think, I hope. Let's get it done. Lower my front tank instead of the rear. That's clever. Okay, my tractor has decided to freeze. That was odd. Turn it on again. That was strange. We're off. Got you, Drew. Yeah, no, it's Switzerland. We don't have the luxury of mountains like this in the UK. That would be brilliant. Full 2x map. Yeah, it's a big map, this. Yeah, I think you're right, Rusty. They've also got some... I mean, the detail, I think they've bumped the detail up. The level of graphics on the faraway stuff is a lot higher than I've seen before. And some of these new grass textures are lovely. Okay, this is this new... it's because I put headland mode on the GPS. That was what was confusing me. I've not used that before, so you've got to turn it off manually rather than just using the steering wheel. In fact, I don't like that. I'm going to turn that off actually. Don't like that at all. Off. There we go. Yeah, Fusion. Do you know what I did there? I turned the headland setting on the GPS mod, and it seems to switch. Basically, stop the tractor, but then it leaves it parked. You can't move it backwards and forwards until you turn the GPS off, so you just turn that off. Don't like that. Evening Farming Scotland, how are you doing, sir? Hope you're well. Nice to have you aboard. So I pretty much think everybody's bought this DLC. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Won't take long with this, will it? I'm doing really good, Farming Scotland. Yeah, really great, mate. Just enjoying this new map, actually. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I actually wasn't... Initially, when they announced it, I was like, nah, it's not really my bag. I like big farms and I like big machinery and... yeah, sure have farming. You know, I released a video a couple of weeks ago on Flint Hills in the US, and it's gone crazy. Literally in the last 3 weeks. Jumped up from 200 subs to 1,000 in 2.5 weeks. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Got a great following and lovely people who seem to be following the channel and enjoying what I do, which is really satisfying and rewarding. So I'm just going to keep cracking on and doing my thing. So yeah, for a channel that's just 3.5 months old, it's been a surprise how quickly it's grown. It's been great, really satisfying. So what do we think, guys? Is this the novelty of this DLC going to wear off? Do you think it'll wear off pretty quick, and we'll all go back to our trusty old maps that we keep reverting back to? I see Millennial Farms is in the store in the Mod Hub review list today, so fingers crossed with no big issues. That might be coming out in the next week or so. Yeah, I got enough watch time for that's 5,000 hours of watch time in 2.5 months. Crazy. How you doing, Andrew? How's things? So, like I said before, I know I streamed last night, and I know I streamed twice today. Cracky, I'm turning into DJ Goham at this rate. But it's back to normal vids tomorrow. I've got a Northern Coast vid. Yeah, that's true, Rusty. Yeah, it would be nice to see some more electric vehicles. I think there is another electric tractor in development somewhere. I think, I'm pretty sure. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, you're right. How the modders are going to support it. I do think this map, and just looking at the scenery around the edges and what they've done with this map, I think has really opened up the potential for other mappers to push the boat out. I wonder if they've tweaked the code slightly to accommodate some more of that kind of long, far distant quality of the scenery. Because I do think when you compare this to the likes of Felsbrunn and Ravenport, it's a different level of quality, this map. Yes, Chris, me too. When I saw them I was like, this is going to be a nightmare, and actually, do you know what? I'm so glad you can drive through them. Well, you can't do that, Fusion. It's the Alps, man. Look at it. Imagine the cliffs if you flattened everything in the middle of the map. I'm very well, Andrew. Thanks for asking. I much appreciated. Yeah, I'm doing great. Hope you're doing well. I wonder if you could actually shape the hills as high as and as steep as they've got them with just the landscaping tools. Because they've done a really nice job of it. There's a train. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Fusion? Beautiful. We're making progress on this, which is good. We'll put the little electric tractor on this as well with a fertilizer spreader. Afterwards, he'll make short work of this. And then I don't know what we'll do next. Maybe fertilise a few more fields up high. Tell you what, the time flies so quickly when you're streaming, chatting to you guys. The GPS mod is called... somebody help me out here. What's it called? I know the guy who made it is a guy called Wopster. But I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Guidance steering. Thank you, James Dorr. It's a good job you're here. You've got a better memory than me. Evening, Jim. No Iowa tonight, mate. We'll probably look at doing a little bit of that over the weekend. I think I'm going to do maybe some Farmersburg instead of Flint Hills. So yeah, keep an eye out on the channel over the weekend. Definitely keen to get my teeth back into Farmersburg. Love that map as well. My day was very good, Andrew, actually. I had a day off work today, which coincided brilliantly with the fact the DLC was out. Not planned, but a nice coincidence. So I've got to play Farm Sim all day. Recorded a couple of videos, so I'm ahead of myself for the weekend as well, so I don't have to spend the entire weekend recording videos, and I can actually just enjoy the game, which is always a nice place to be in. Sickle mower. I had to play with a sickle mower before, actually. I love that. I love the animation they've got of the farmer, actually. In third-person mode, I think they've really tidied up the walking animation, because I always think it's funny, you know, the third-person mod, the farmer walks around. Let's be honest, it's a little bit odd. So I think they've done a lovely job on the animation of that for sure. Do you know what's nice about this? It's the redraw distance. I've just realised it's so subtle the way the stuff in the distance draws in. It's a lot cleaner and less kind of sudden than it is on some of the other maps. Yeah, I always think the third-person mod looks a bit zombie-like. Or like a zombie in a hurry. Yeah, Jabba, I think we'll have to wait for the next game, to be honest. Can't see them putting a load more crops in. Although they do say there's maybe another DLC or two coming for this before the next game's out, so it'll be interesting to see what they do next. Anybody got any idea of what they think it might be? Be excited if this is what they can do with the map. It'll be interesting to see what they do next. Will it be something really wacky, or do you think it'll be something a little bit more mainstream? I was saying actually in the stream earlier on today, I think it's a clever thing they've done with this map, because it would have been very easy to just roll out another kind of standard farming map with standard farming equipment, maybe a kind of got a new supply, a new brand on board. But this is different enough, and I think that's what needed to have, was something just a little bit different, didn't it? Just to keep people's interest going and do something, a little bit different. So, oh yeah, you can imagine the next game, ray tracing. Oh, imagine what that. I mean, I think the lighting in this game can be brilliant. When you get some nice shaders in it and things like that, it can be absolutely stunning. But yeah. I've got an RTX 2080. I think it falls asleep when it's playing Farm Sim. It just doesn't need to do anything. Evening Moyles, how are you? Thanks for dropping by the channel. Really appreciate you stopping to say hi. Yeah, global companies quite like their stuff, I have to be honest. I know a lot of people kind of get a bit frustrated with them. I think they kind of can cause issues, but I have to say I've never had an issue with them. I think they do some really clever scripting. Some of their grain drying things I think are phenomenal. Some of the tools that they've created are really clever. Yeah, you got to do animals on this map, I think. Definitely. It is designed, I think, for animals. For sure. And it's funny, isn't it, Joe? It's like, yeah. Why would anybody find that interesting? It's just kind of boring. It's the most addictive game. I think that's what's nice about the community. Everybody loves the game. Sometimes you get the complete naysayers who'll play a game and just complain about how bad it is all the time. And let's be honest, we know this game isn't perfect. It's far from perfect. But it's still, at the heart of it, it's just a lovely, relaxing piece. We were talking earlier on actually about how chilled out it is playing Farming Sim. You never frisbee your game controller or smash your desk with your fist playing Farming Sim, do you? Well, maybe when Courseplay goes crazy, but hey, can't have everything, can you? There you go, Fusion. Sounds pretty similar to me, I'm not going to lie. Pretty similar to me. It was FS17 though. It was on sale somewhere for, I don't know, not a lot of money. And just before FS19 came out. And I went, oh, what the heck, I've got nothing better to do this weekend. I'll buy it, probably never play it again. Pretty much not stopped since. I've got a new merch store actually, Fusion. If you click on the banner at the top of the page, I've switched suppliers to Teespring because they could give me more products. So there's a new merch. I should have updated the link at the top of the top of my YouTube page banner. So check it out. Yeah, Courseplay is brilliant. In fact, that's one of the vids I recorded today. Was a beginner's guide to Courseplay because a few people have asked me recently. I think people find it quite daunting with all the buttons and stuff. Evening, Tracy. How are you doing? Thanks for dropping by. Great to see you here. If anybody's watching who hasn't subscribed to the channel yet, I set up alerts today, so hopefully if you hit the subscribe button you'll get your name up in lights on the page on the screen. So if anybody wants to try that and see if it works. I've not seen one yet, so let's see if I've set it up properly. It's funny, isn't it? I love that, Jason. Like, literally, get off, son. Dad wants to play your game. That's great. There you go, Tracy, just subscribed. Got a little badge up on the screen there. Thanks for joining, Tracy. Much appreciated. Hope you enjoy it here. We've got a lovely bunch of people on that follow the channel. A really stand-up bunch. I think you're right, Rusty. I've played games for 20 plus years, and I've never had such a friendly, warm, welcoming bunch of people than the FS community. It's really nice. It's all good, Rusty. It's all good, and thank you for the super chat before again, sir. That was incredibly kind of you. Much appreciated. That will be going towards a multiplayer server. So at some point we can all get together and have a bit of fun on a multiplayer server. So I'll try and get that sorted in the next week or so. Oh, there you go, Jason. You could actually, in real life, you could hire him, you could pay him pocket money to work your farm for you. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? No, thank you, Rusty. Brilliant. Okay, we've made short work of this field. I think that was a good call. It was Chris, you said earlier on, didn't you, that it was it takes about half an hour and then you have to go for the bigger machinery because you just want to get stuff done. No, Chris, I don't use the adjusted work speed mod. I haven't had. I saw it appear the other day and had a quick look at it. I mean, to be honest, I think 9 miles an hour for seeding for me is pretty decent. Always said I kind of try and play semi. Semi-realistic is probably the best way to describe it. I don't like cutting too many corners. I think that comes from growing up on a farm and knowing the right way to do stuff, and having my dad, whose farm it was, who was a bit of a stickler for how to do stuff and making sure stuff was done properly. So yeah, I think that's rubbed off on me a little bit, I think. Hard labour laws, yeah. Running like a digital sweatshop. I need field 24 ploughed before dinner. Evening, Joel. This game is available PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Google Stadia. There's even a cut-down version that you can get for iPad, I believe. So, yeah, any platform you want. Jason, everybody works better than the workers do. I'm playing on PC tonight, Joel. But very little difference in the way it looks from PC to console. Graphics are slightly better, as is always the case. A little bit more power on a PC, but generally It runs incredibly well on a console. How is Google Stadia still going? To be honest, James, I had a look at it at launch, just watched the trailers and the idea and the concept. It seemed really, really good, but I'm not actually sure how many people have taken it up and how it's running. I don't know any of the stats on if the uptake's been good or poor or whatever. So, I mean, in terms of concept, I think it's brilliant. I'm not just entirely sure whether or not there's a good enough internet connection for everybody to really take advantage of it in its full capabilities. Well, there we go. We made short work of that, didn't we? Evening, Ben. How are you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you're well. Go. Let's run this back up to the farm, and then we'll get a little electric. Oh, I missed that entire end row there. Not clever, is it? Yeah, I agree, Joe. Really hope in the next game they do something about helpers. It's like kind of one of those things that's just become an in-joke now, isn't it? That just in-game helpers are appalling. Kind of part of the fun, isn't it? It's what makes you smile. Now, you would have thought, as my first gripe about this new map, there you go, multi-terrain angle, you would have thought they would have been able to put multi-terrain in. Look, I'm running up this end row here, and it can't even give me a straight line. With everything else they've done, multi-terrain angles would have been easy to do, surely. This is called Erlengrat. It's the new Alpine Expansion Pack that came out today, Joel. Some brand new content that came out today. Are these posts? Okay, good. Slightly worried they'd have collisions on them. We've got a lot of kit, haven't we? Do the right thing and put it away. Do love this case with the tracks on it. It's really powerful. And for the money as well, it's not bad. Looks good with this drill kit on as well, doesn't it? Very nice. It already is, Joel. It's already on Xbox One. Right. From huge guy here to tiny little roller skate in the corner. Look at it. Oh dear, that's funny, isn't it? That is funny. Oh, I might check that out, Rusty. Yeah. And sometimes I kind of, we know the physics on this game are not always totally brilliant. But, yeah, no, realistic realism is great. Man, the modders are so good, aren't they? Bye, Andrew. Thanks for joining, my friend. Thank you, Ben. I don't know what Voss is. Vids, maybe. Yeah, I agree, Joe. Just too too over the top. You literally sink up to your axles as soon as you, as soon as it rains. But Domin, thank you for the sub, my friend. Much appreciated. Very kind of you to sign up for the channel. Right, this little electric tractor is fertilizingly brilliant. Yeah, I know what you mean, Chris. Yeah, literally. I mean, it's clever, brilliant how they worked out how to make that work. But I just think it's a little bit over the top. What do I love about this map, Joel? I think what's really struck me about this map is let me just stop and get out. Is the detail. There's 2 base maps. You can download a lot of other maps, but there's 2 base maps in the game, and they are quite basic, I would say. But what Giants have done with this map, look at that. I mean, this scenery is absolutely beautiful, and the quality of the textures and the fact that it, the view distance, you can see the trees over here. There's a big issue with redraw distance, I think, in the Giants engine. It can't handle stuff that's positioned a long way away, but they managed to really sort that out here, because there's some great detail far off in the distance. It really adds, and the lighting's clever, kind of with the low sun. It's casting some really nice shadows. It feels very, you know, I've spent a bit of time in Switzerland. It feels very authentic. Just caught the train in time before it went to Felsborough. Brilliant. I hate the fact it just turfs you out on the track. We're off to Felsborough now. Get out. I think that's quite funny. Evening, Combine. How are you, sir? Thanks for popping by. Oh, I've made a mess of my... made a mess of my distances. There we go. Let's try again. Hope all's going well with you, Combine. Get a bit of fertiliser down. Let's see if we can make it to the end of this field on this this bit that's in here. I'm going to decrease my spray rate slightly. We can make it stretch a bit further. There we go. What do you think of it, Combine? What are your thoughts? First thoughts? I'm not going to lie, I'm more impressed than I thought I was going to be with it. Loving the graphics. The graphics bump they've given it is really nice. I haven't had a look at cattle and crops yet. Fusion, no. Hey Red, yeah, this is not the kind of machinery that you boys would be running over in Minnesota, for sure. Good night, Andrew. Thanks for dropping by. Great having you on the channel. Yeah, check this out, Red. It's kind of funny. It's like a toy. I reckon I know some kids on farms who've got plastic battery-operated tractors that run about the same size as this. I'm running my scaling at 120% combine, and I've got everything maxed out graphics wise on top of that. I did bump it up, but on some of the maps, certainly some of the bigger maps, it was struggling a bit. Frame rate got a bit buggy. Cattle and Crops just had no equipment. If it had FS mods, then it would be a great contender, just not there yet, man. Cattle and Crops, I do not know Cattle and Crops at all. Is that actually another game? I thought you meant, have you looked at Cattle and Crops in the new map? But it sounds like it's a different game. Good for you, Andrew. Great to see you playing Farming Sim. It's a great game. I think there's a reason we're all here, because we love Farm Sim. Imagine the hype when the new game comes out. You know, there's been a lot of hype around this DLC. Yeah, Combine. I've just got all my graphics settings maxed out and running 120%. Changed my field of view to 72%, I think, as well. So it's slightly wider than the default. There we go. Why won't that turn off? There we go. Put my beacon on. Hang on, I'm on the wrong side of the road, aren't I? I'm in Switzerland. Remember that. Have you had trouble with pressure washers on Flint Hills? No, I haven't, Stephen. The reason being, I've discovered the Instant Wash mod. So it's kind of stopped me needing to use pressure washers. If you've not seen the Instant Wash mod, it's brilliant. I'll show you, in fact, because I think I've got it installed. So basically, this isn't very dirty yet, this tractor. Oh, the wheels are. So, it's the mod that came out the other week, and you basically press insert, and it does this. So I've been using that instead of a pressure washer recently, just because it's easy. Vermont, very cool, Andrew. Vermont is a lovely part of the world. Right, I'm going to put my little electric roller skate back in the shed. Right, what next? Turn the beacon off. Let's have a look at the map. What have we got to do next? We could run some kit up from the shop. Sawmill. I'm not ready to do any forestry yet. Grass is not ready to be cut. Could speed up time a little bit, couldn't we? Well, let's pull this, even if we're not using it. Can I bring this up to the yard? I think this is a really interesting tractor as well. I mean, the turning circle on these with the rear wheel steering as well is great. Let's see if we can just pull this home, even if we're not. I'm sure it wouldn't operate it. It has got enough power to pull it home, hasn't it? But yeah, this makes it really nimble with the dual. You can really turn really tight turn circles on it. It's great. Yeah, great to meet you too, Andrew. Can the electric tractors run out of charge in the fields, Red? I think they can, mate. Yeah, I'm not sure how you would recharge it, because you can't take... Oh look, there's the trains, first time I've seen that. Yeah, I'm not sure how you would recharge it. You'd probably have to bring it back home on a trailer. But yeah, it's not, you couldn't just run a diesel tank up to it and refill it. So what was funny, Mike, the auto wash is quite good. Just puts a grin on my face. 9 hours in real life for the electric tractor to fully run out of electric. Is that right, James? Are you speaking from experience there? Have you run it for 9 hours solid since the DLC came out? Or are we talking in real life? Actually in... Is that the specs for it? Is there a cow farm you should buy it and animals and start animals? Yeah, I kind of, because I started on farm manager mode, I start out with nothing, so I've got to put myself a little cow pasture somewhere. Christy? That looks weird as well, doesn't it? This little thing pulling this massive trailer. Oh. Go. Drop him there. Will come in handy when it comes to grass season. Well, we've certainly got the kit we need for grass season. Right, let's have a look at some animals. You're right, Christy. Welcome back, Sim. Let's have a look at... Do you know what? I'm going to bump this up to 15 times speed. You know what? Let's go to the next day. Watch the sunset. Oh, look at the lights at night as well. That's cool. No way. They've done such a good job with this. Oops, I've got a loan as well. Do I have the mod on the real-time script? No, I don't, Sim. I'm just running it normal. Right, mid-spring, let's see if we've got any grass ready. Because I don't want to get animals until I've got some grass. Or they're going to get hungry. So if our grass has grown another chunk, it's still going to say growing, isn't it? Oh, no, it's ready to harvest. Well, that's exciting. So, first things first, let's get ourselves a cow pen. Now, is it a normal cattle pasture? Large cattle pasture. I'll take 200 cows. Cattle pasture, 50 cows. That's all we need for now, isn't it? Don't want anything too fancy. There we go. That looks a bit odd. Does anybody else do this? Kind of gets a bit precious about how things look. Wants to tidy them up a bit. Just you would never see. You never see square grass lined like that. You'd especially want it to be a bit messy, wouldn't you? Like this. There we go. I know it costs money, but a little bit of realism didn't hurt anybody, did it? There we go. Even your boxes around your food and water stuffs. Slurry point. There we go. Looks quite nice now, doesn't it? Right. Beautiful. Go big or go home. I didn't see that, Chrissy. Sorry. have to expand, won't we? Right. I am going to install a water point. But we'll not get our cows in there just yet. We'll get some grass off the fields first. So let's go. Let's go and mow some fields. Kind of pleased that it's got first cut already. Now we could leave it a bit longer and it could grow a bit more. I'm sure we'd get more out of it. But for now, it's just good to get some off the ground, wouldn't it? Let's unfold everything. Fire everything up. There we go, pressing the wrong buttons and everything. Drop it down. Drop it down, let's go! Realism hurt DJ Goham. Rusty, thanks for dropping by, my friend. Great to see you. Thanks again for that super chat earlier on. You're a legend. Have a good night, and we'll catch up again soon. Evening, Brian. Yes, I saw that it's in testing today, the Millennial Farmer map. That's going to make a lot of people very happy, I think. Definitely going to make a lot of people very happy. No idea where the edge of the map is here. Or the edge of the field even. Oh, that's interesting. That means it's passed. That's great news. Great news, because Mapper's Paradise, I feel sorry for them. They've had a lot of abuse over that map. Unfair as well. They've worked really hard, but obviously, you know, demand, people were so excited about that map. They're a mod red. I just downloaded. I just installed them. I couldn't be bothered to put a silage. I didn't put a silage pit in because I didn't want to crush the. Didn't want to compact the silage. I was being lazy. So yeah, I'll put that. I've never used it actually, so it's going to be interesting to see how it works. But it's a nice mod. Anybody who wants to use any of my mods, by the way, the live stream last night on Flint Hills, I have put a comment on that vid with a link to a Dropbox with all my mods in it. So if there's anything you've seen in my games that you think, oh, I'd quite like to play with that, you can go and download it and have a play with it. They're all readily available mods. There's no private mods on there. So obviously they're available on all the on the mod sites or the mod hub if you want to find them. But if there's something you feel you can't find or something you've seen specific, and it's a bit easier to get it from my my download link, just go grab it. Do you think that's what it is, James? Do you think they just don't have the skills of some of the other modders? I have to say, the current version I've got, I've had very little issues with. I love the grain bins and the way they work. I think they're great. But you're right, there did seem to be quite a few basic errors in some of the early releases. Right, making good progress on the grass field here. I just realised I haven't got a windrower. Need to go and get one of them. And then we can use that rather large Pottinger trailer and come pick some stuff up. I think we'll have to put the case on the job for that, won't we? Yeah, Field 5 underwater. I read that the water table was totally ruined in seasons, wasn't it? And it's funny, isn't it? You know, I liked Millennial Farms, I have to say, but when you see it alongside Flint Hills, they just don't match up. They just do not match up. Flint Hills is an absolutely awesome map. Well, there we go. There's a. So we all agree that the guy that's posted that is the sad one, because he's making rude comments on the internet. Thank you, Sim. Just block him permanently if you can, mate. We don't need that on this channel. The irony is saying that farming is sad and useless. So it's going to be interesting to find out where his food comes from one day, doesn't it? Won't it? Yeah, do you know what, Red? I think the thing with mappers, there's just so much, because so many people watch the Millennial Farmer. I think the hype around it almost got, you know, so many people got carried away. I mean, the abuse the guy gets on his Facebook page is not fair. You know, like you say, it's not his job. And you know, we know there's been a lot of bugs in the map and everything like that, but you know what? This is it. Every mod that we get for this game is free. So you've got to cut them a bit of slack. But there's clearly something's gone wrong with that map, hasn't it? Like you say, James, you know, I'm not sure how well it's been tested before they're passing it to Giants. And you're right, you know, there's a great opportunity. There's a lot of pretty intelligent people who play this game and love this game. And, you know, it's interesting, JS mapping, their Discord's 4,000 people, and they pass the map out to all of those guys before they release it to test. That's potentially 4,000 people feeding back on your map. That's insane. And it shows, because Flint Hills is pretty good. I mean, there's obviously a few glitches, as I think there is in every map. You can never catch everything, but it's pretty close to being good, on the money. And he's now working on updates for it as well. So, but yeah, Oxy's maps are special. Chellington, very excited about Chellington coming out. I've actually stopped my Purbeck Valley series to see what Chellington looks like. Little Vids, how you doing? Welcome back. Nice to see you again. It's good to have you on board this afternoon. Right. I think I might drop this once we've cut this bit of the field. We'll nip back to the shop and pick up a windrower and get this stuff shuffled into lines so we can pick it up. Then we can test that silage tower. See if it works. Take care, Christy. Don't work too hard. And yeah, we'll see you again on another stream soon. Great to have you on board. Thanks for the chat. Narrow roads. Yeah, I grew up on a farm where it was single track roads around me. I can relate to that. Purbeck Valley, man. Love that map. Hate the roads. And they've got collisions on all the fence posts and everything there. So it's... Is that right, Sim? Jeez. Yeah, I'm surprised how few people play the Welker Farms map, actually. I've downloaded it and I've had a quick look at it, but actually, I'll be honest, they're just big square fields. There's not a lot of character to it. That's the thing I find with that map. I just kind of never warmed to it. There's a lot of just going up and down fields. And then you look at, you know, MRG mapping. He's doing some great stuff at the moment, and he's got so many projects on the go. I'm really interested to see what his map that he's doing with custom modding is going to be like. That could be pretty special, because custom do a good job with their machinery. It'd be really interesting to see what their map could be like. Right, let's run straight back to the shop with this tractor, and we'll find a windrow. I should put this in the other way, shouldn't I? Loving this new Pottinger mower. Short work of that field, isn't it? No, wrong button. Right. How are we doing for time, actually, guys? No, we're doing okay. I'm going to knock it on the head in a little while. Back to work tomorrow. And I've got some vids to edit as well tonight, which I've not finished yet. Northern Coast. Now that's a great map. Greenvale does some good stuff as well. I love Greenwich Valley as well. That was one of the first maps I played a lot on. Sorry, reading the chat, and oh, now we're gonna have to just get off the road to let the traffic go past, aren't we? So impatient. Traffic in this map. I'm trying to decide actually, interesting you guys chatting, interesting, I think it's probably too early to use this map on multiplayer, you're right, because it's only, it's only been out one day, and some people don't have it yet, some people might not get it, but I wonder if, I'm interested to see which map to put on a multiplayer actually. I'm sure there's some great options out there. Right, let's get a tedder. Let's get a tedder. Not a tedder, a windrower. Where's the new Alpine one? We take the bigger one. Looks quite good, doesn't it? Yeah, it has a counter. You mentioned that last night, Chris. I'm going to have to go and have a look at that in the next little while. What's this? This is interesting. Okay, that's a very different type of windrower. I like that. That's the rear one. That's a very different type. Okay. Should have bought them. I've used one like this before. Oh well, we've got it now. Let's see what it's like. Right, let's run this back up. Let's get this lined up, and we will get this grass into the silo before the end of the stream. There's a train going across the bridge over there as well. I love the fact that basically he disappears into the mountain and then instantly appears down at the grain silo. Like, you must really crank up the speed in the... What's that there? What's that little... What's that? Is that a sail point? Ah, it's the sawmill. Gotcha. Scratching my head there, why there was an exclamation mark. No, we can't see him. Sim is not showing up, which is good. Can you report him as a spammer or something? Well, let's get some folded. managed to... what I was doing then. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice little touch, saying that, you know, just over the way is Felsbrunn. Kind of a nice touch, isn't it? You know, I have never played either Felsbrunn or Ravenport. Never played either map. Literally logged into them a couple of times. That's a lie, actually. I did my original tutorials with the game, but I'd already done some research and had some maps lined up, and I've never ever actually played them properly. So this is in fact the first original Giants base map that I played. Dumping the 10,000 litre trailer takes forever. Yeah, so I went for the bigger one. I went for the 20,000, which I know won't get pulled by one of these tractors, but I've got to use my case with the tracks on it to pick it up. I am enjoying this map. This is radically different to anything else, isn't it? There's something about that which is quite nice. See if we can at least get a couple of loads of this into the silo before we knock off. I'm ready for my bed. I don't know about any of you guys, I'm exhausted. But yeah, this has been fun. This has been fun. I can't see myself doing a series on this on the channel right now. I just think there's a lot of people doing content on this, so I'll let them crack on with it for now. Maybe play it offline a bit for myself. But if you guys want to see more of this, let me know. But we'll be jumping back into some of the normal maps in the next few days. We did cut this very early, didn't we? So we've not had a massive harvest out of it. Yeah, he's going for it with the Let's Play on here, isn't he? So, and I'm not going to compete with Dagwin. Jeez, he's farming sim royalty for sure. I love watching his stuff. Very calming guy. He's got a very calming voice, hasn't he? No, not paying attention, reading the chat, missing huge swathes of grass. Pick it up next time, can't we? I bet it does red, yeah. Ravenport with no mods. Jeez. I can't imagine this without mods. I played this afternoon without mods, and it was like wow. sorry I missed that alert there. Thank you for the sub. Really appreciated. Yeah, I agree, James. I think, you know, he just plays it his way, and I think there's something nice about that, isn't there? But I think he's got a really respectful. Hey Mike, take care. Thanks for dropping by. Great to have you on the stream. We'll see you again soon. Oh, I'm making a mess of this now, aren't I? I am making a mess of this. Little vids, that's a good idea. Yes, I will do that. You're right, it's kind of second nature to me now because I've been doing it for a while, but you're right, I think it's not the easiest thing for people to do, especially if they're not used to it. Do you mean on PC, little vids? Because I think it's definitely a little bit more difficult on PC. Obviously on PlayStation you just go into the mod hub, so I'm assuming you're meaning PC. So let me know if you are, and I'll absolutely do one. Yes, brilliant. No worries, I'll happily do that. One of the most important things is make sure you get the mods, if you can, from the original developers. So many kind of third-party sites that just throw up other people's mods and steal mods and put them up without the right credit. So just watch the sites you go to. Yeah, but there's so many good mods that aren't on the mod hub sim. Yeah, totally agree, Chris. Some of the best mods you can find aren't on the mod hub. Yeah, yes mods, king mods, fs19.net. All good channels. Really like the guys on King's mod, actually. Really good. Take it easy, Red. Great to have you on again, mate. We'll see you again soon. Did you, Sim? I've heard nothing but good things about them. I think is it Silver News? He's actually affiliated. He actually pushes them, promotes them. I hadn't heard that there were any trouble. Oh, that's interesting. I shall be careful. Yeah, I know what you mean, Joe. It's interesting that they're on Facebook of all the channels. I guess they don't want to go through the hassle of setting up a YouTube channel. They've got enough on their plate, haven't they? So, right, we will. I think we'll just leave that there. We've got most of this, haven't we? Better than I know there's another bit on the other side, but there's going to be more than a couple of loads worth here. So there'll be enough here to fill a trailer and get some in the silage. Oops. Wiped out my charge point. No space left in my sheds. There we go. Rub this off. Oh really? Do I? Well, that's a pain. Probably too close to the wall in that case, haven't I? Right, let's unfold the tool then. Just drop it down. Unhitched. Right, let's go get some of this grass off this field and see how these silos work, because I've never used them before. $23,000 litres I think this holds, or 20,000 litres anyway. So see how quickly we can load this up, and then I think we'll call it a night. I was filling up relatively quick. I thought it would be quite light because we were cutting it early in the season, so it wasn't going to be a huge amount. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for that. I'll bear that in mind. I'm grinning here. Well, it's a damn sight easier than working out how to work the dryer on the millennial farms and that. I was just hitting buttons and hoping for the best with that to start with until I got my head around it. No worries at all, little vids. Yeah, keep an eye out for it over the next week or so. I'll try and get something done. I think so. It's a really good idea for a vid actually. So I will do that. But thanks for dropping by the stream. It's really good to see you again. Crikey, there really is actually quite a lot of grass in here, isn't there? Deceiving. Look at that, one lap of the field and we're on 90. We're going to be full, like perfectly timed. There we go. So let's see how good this little silo setup is. I know there's a big old ramp to go down to, but I think we drop it in here. That tractor buried because I didn't flatten the land. I didn't flatten the land around it. Or has that been put there because of the cow shed actually? Okay, hopefully it's as easy as just unloading it. That's good. Oh, I like this mod already. That unloads fast as well, doesn't it? Right. What are you telling me? Grass or chaff? Oh, crikey, it's turned it into silage straight away. Loving this. I'm guessing it unloads from there. Alright, they're good. I like them. Running a massive American flag in Europe. Probably a little bit out of place. And there's an old John Deere there that needs to be rescued. But, quite nice that. Right, I'm going to see if I can Can I rescue him? Is it possible? Sculpting. Smooth, flatten. There we go. Lost the rest of it now. Oh, no, don't want to do that. That's going a long way down that. Now my tractor's off the floor. Disaster. Hate landscaping. Up a bit. There we go. That's the one we want. About there. Get the smoothness out in a minute. Cover the tipper. A bit bigger there, maybe. There we go. That's all I wanted. Be able to see the kit. Right, sorted. Big map. And do the smoothing now so it doesn't look so ugly. Right, nicely done. Okay, folks, well, I hope you enjoyed that. We are coming to an end now. We'll get some cows in these sheds soon. Nice sheds, aren't they? But that was the new map. Looks like it's going to rain. Still enjoying these views of the mountains. I don't think I'll get tired of them very soon. But thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate you dropping by. And we'll see you again in another video very soon. enjoy the rest of your evenings, days, nights, whatever you've got lined up. And we'll see you back on the channel very soon. But for now, from me, Farm Sim Guy, all the best, folks, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now. Bye-bye.